Well, good morning. I'm trying to get around this morning. Um, how many people don't wash their vegetables or fruit when they get it out of the store or foraging out of the fields and stuff? I've seen people buy a plastic tray of spinach and don't even wash the shit. Well, let me tell you what to wash it with and what not to wash it with, and the results of. All right. Uh, the A lot of fruit like bananas come with a ripening agent sprayed on them. A lot of them come with formaldehyde, preservatives of all kinds that we can't even pronounce, uh, sprayed on them, uh, and so on and so forth. Well, the number one deal is people go, oh, I rinsed them off in the sink. I washed them in the sink. Okay. That's pretty damn good. At least you done something. A lot of people don't do shit. Now, let me show you something over here. Let me get you down here. Oh, hell, I'll have to just pick it up and show you. The most common thing people do is wash it with water. All right. And the other thing, they wash it with bleach. Put about a couple of tablespoons in a gallon of water. Wash it with bleach. Don't use bleach with this. Has got lemon juice. I don't know what grade or whatever. Probably not fit for human consumption. A lot of people buy bleach that's got a fabric softener in it. Don't use it. If you're going to use anything, just use plain old bleach. I'm going to put that back over there. I wish I could get you down here a little bit. Let me see if I can get you rolled down here a little bit. Well, hell, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it. Trying to get you down here where I can see you. All right. Alright. The next thing you can use is citric acid. Uh, it's pretty expensive. I don't think people would use it much. Okay. Now a lot of people use baking soda, but it'll not baking powder now, baking soda. But it'll leave a little white film on your vegetables and stuff. I'm gonna get some more of that today. And then you can use fruit juice, apple juice. Make sure it's organic, 100% pure apple juice. Or you can use lemon juice to wash your vegetables, organic. That's 100% pure organic lemon juice. And you can use alcohol to wash, not rubbing alcohol now, regular alcohol like vodka, or your homemade wine to wash your vegetables. And I'll show you what my mother used. She used salt. Now this has got the iodine in it. She'd use it if she had to, but she would normally use pickling salt because it didn't have no iodine in it. And I bought my dear loving granny. Thank God for Grandma. She was born before the Civil War. She used vinegar. Now she used a cup of vinegar, white vinegar, that has been distilled. She didn't have that, but that's what I would use. Or regular old yellow apple cider vinegar. I'll show you what Grandma used. Grandma used her own vinegar that she made up. Apple cider, she would use lemon vinegar, a citrus vinegar. There's all kinds of vinegars you can make. Look how pretty that is. Got the mother in the bottom. See it? She'd use vinegar. A cup of vinegar to a gallon of water. and wash your vegetables. Now that's what is available out there, but trying to get the preservatives and stuff off the vegetables you buy in the store. The wax off of apples and this, that, and the other. I put apples in warm water and then I wash them with a vinegar. On the outside peeling. Your oranges, wash the outside of them. They spray them, make them look pretty. You know, they dip them in a solution to speed up the wrapping process like bananas, or they slow it down like apples and so on and so forth. That's the reason they wax apples, to keep them on the in the bins longer, to keep them from rotting. And I don't want to eat that shit because I don't want to eat nothing they got. That's why I usually get my apples fresh now. When I start foraging this summer and spring, I will take my vinegars that I made, and I'll take a cup of this to a gallon of water and rinse off my foraging, and before I put it in the dehydrator. And then I make sure it's good and dry. Tap it dry. You can rinse it off with clear water if you wish, and then it goes in the dehydrator. But these are some of the things that you have to look out for about cleaning your foraging herbs and stuff that you forage out of the fields, or you buy in the grocery store. A lot of people, I've seen them tear open them packages of a mixed lettuce and cabbage and carrots and all that stuff, and just put it in a bowl and put some tomatoes in there and Old Ranch dressing or whatever and eat it. Hell no, I ain't gonna do that shit. I don't know what they sprayed that shit with. I'm gonna wash it. Now, but like I said, they usually use a bleach. This is just regular old bleach. Cheap bleach is the better kind. Don't use it. And then citric acid, you can raise the pH up in it. That's what you're trying to do. Chase out the bugs and kill the varmints. Baking soda's a good one. It's cheap enough, but it will leave a powdery film. Your applesauce, unless you pay $1 a bottle for it like I did, is expensive to be washing your vegetables. So is your lemon juice, and so is your vodka, unless you make your homemade wine. But that's a 30, 40, 50, 60-day process. It's got a little bit of yeast sitting in the bottom of it. But that's cheap enough. Salt is a lot of people use this iodine salt. Now you can get expensive salt, but canning salt's your better way to go, but it's pretty high. That's what my mother used, was salt. But Grandma used vinegar. I really buy the cheap white vinegar would be your way to go nowadays, because you get a gallon of it. It's pretty reasonable, about $5. And now you can get your apple cider vinegar. But now I would use my homemade vinegar. It didn't cost me nothing. Just made it out of apple peels. And I've made lemon vinegar, I've made pineapple vinegar, I've made all kinds of different vinegars. And this will here leave a little bit of taste on your vegetables, like your lettuce and your celery and so on and so forth. But I always rinse it off a little bit with clear water after I killed a bunch of stuff. But here's the way that your cheapest way to go would be your your vinegar. My grandmother, God bless her old soul, she would chases out the varmints when you're foraging out there in the wild or bringing in fruit from your own garden of this, that, and the other. There might be a bug or whatever. I gotta look and see if there's always in your stuff, and it'll chase all that out. But that is some of the ways to wash your vegetables. For God's sakes, don't eat them damn things without being washed. Nothing else, just run clear water over it, because most water, if you ain't on a well, it's got chlorine in it and a whole bunch of other chemicals. I work for a water and wastewater place. But like I said, wash your vegetables. Wash your foraging vegetables for sure. And like I said, they run into a dip with whatever they vegetable they're going to do, where it's got formaldehyde in it or something like that. But they'll mostly use vinegar, not vinegar, but bleach, or they use chlorine. Ooh, same thing. And that's what they'll do. But like I said, these are some of the ways that you can make sure your vegetables are good and clean and ready for consumption, especially if you buy them out of a store. Now, like I said, I'd rather go with the old method of like Granny. She used vinegar, made her own. She showed me how to make all kinds of vinegars. My mother used all kinds of salts, and preserving meat and this, that, and the other. She used salt. She was crazy about salt. That's why she probably had high blood pressure. But it is a good sterilizing agent. They used it in the Roman days. They paid wages with it. That's where you get the word salary from they paid them off in salt. And the salt used to be more valuable than gold. It ain't no anymore. But I don't like the iodine salt. I'd stay away from it. But like I said, if you're out there foraging, if you're out there trying to live cheaper, this, that, and the other, and you don't want to make your own vinegars, just use the white vinegar. But that's what I'm getting at. Be sure to wash stuff you got in the store. How many people handle that shit? I've seen a woman stand there for 30 minutes looking at tomatoes. Pick one up and set it back down. Pick one up, set it back down. Well, hell, I don't know where she just got through scratching her ass or what. But that's why I'm going to wash every damn thing I get out of a damn store. Because it's out there in the open. People's handled it. It's not even packaged. And even if it is packaged, who handled that? Did they go to the bathroom and scratch your ass and didn't wash their hands? I mean, think about all these things that could happen to your food that you're just sitting there and say, well, they washed it before I did, or I just rinsed it off in clear water. No, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to get something to kill some of the germs and stuff that's been exposed to. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, your best bet nowadays is use your white vinegar, a cup to a gallon. Or if you ain't got white vinegar, you can use your apple cider vinegar, or you can make your own. Like I said, I got wax paper because that vinegar will eat this lid up. And I mean, it ain't lying, it'll eat it plumb up. My dogs are wanting in. I gotta go. But I made a lot of homemade wine. The wine's a good one to use. Especially if you got it and it's cheap. But like I said, I make my homemade vinegar. People say, well, why do you make so much vinegar for? Well, I use it for a whole bunch of things. I even make poultices out of it and clean out wounds, and you can do all kinds of stuff. Dip your finger in vinegar. It's just as good as dipping it down, and I ain't too sure about rubbing alcohol myself. It's a wood alcohol, denatured alcohol anyway. I'd rather dip it in vodka. It's just fit for human consumption. Your body's fit for human consumption. I'm going to let you go. But do wash your vegetables and your fruit. Hello, Ori. He come and found Daddy. Well, the puppies are outside. Did you want to go? You want to go outside? He's looking at me. He's blind, poor old thing. Half blind anyway. I'm going to let you go. I got to go tend my dogs. And I got to get dressed and go shopping. Bye-bye.